When he was a boy growing up in Mansfield, Louisiana, Vida Blue's idol was Willie Mays. He never dreamed that someday he'd be playing in the same ballpark with his lifelong hero. And tonight, the first batter that the sensational young Vida Blue will face in this game will be 40-year-old Willie Mays. It should be just one of the dramatic moments of baseball's 42nd Major League All-Star Baseball game. It'll be brought to you by Gillette Platinum Plus, the razor blades with platinum smooth edges for smoother shaves. By Chrysler Corporation, extra care in engineering. Your host tonight, your local Dodge dealer. By Sears Best Exterior Latex House Paint for great American homes like yours. By Kellogg's of Battle Creek. Kellogg's, the best to you each morning. And by Phillips 66, the performance stop. At Phillips 66, it's performance that counts. Hi, everybody. I'm Kurt Gowdy of NBC Sports to call the play-by-play. My television partner, Tony Kubek, will be analyzing the game, and roaming the stands will be our man, Lindsey Nelson, bringing you between innings and half-innings reports. And here in the home ballpark of the American League Tiger Stadium, it is hot and it is very windy. The wind is going to be a big factor in tonight's game. It's blowing from home plate to right field at 30 miles an hour. And you know, the American League is trying to stop an embarrassing 8-game losing streak. The games have been close. 5 of the 8 losses by the American League have been by 1 run. But Tony Kubek, the American League has just not been able to get over the edge.
Kurt, the games have been close, and when you look at this ballpark, a hitter's ballpark, and you look at that power-laden National League lineup, you could almost see their eyes light up as they came out of the dugout, especially with that wind blowing out to right field today. The eyes of Willie McCovey and Willie Stargell, the real power left-handed hitters. Well, let's take a look right now at this ballpark, one known for hitting. First of all, starting from the left field line, a respectable 340 feet. But then you get to left center field, the power alleys, the alleys where most balls are hit. 365 to left center. Dead center field, 440 feet, a place where Willie Mays will be able to go and get them tonight. In right center field, the paradise for the left-handed hitters. 370 feet in the right center field power alley, and just 325 down the right field line with an overhang, which is actually 15 feet closer in that vicinity. It looks like a game of power. This is the starting pitcher, Doc Ellis, for the National League All-Star team. We talked to Doc before the game about the All-Star game and pitching to this American League team.
Well, Tony, first of all, it's a privilege being here, and it's a privilege also being chosen as a starting pitcher. And as far as the American League lineup, I don't know too much about the American League. I'm just going to go out there and throw it and hope they don't hit it. That's about it.
Doc Ellis, and now let's look at Vida Blue, the sensation 21-year-old left-handed pitcher. Vida, as Kurt mentioned, will be facing a power-laden National League lineup led off by the great Willie Mays. Here's Vida Blue.
Well, first of all, Tony, it's great and honor to be here, and I'm happy about being the starting pitcher for the American League All-Stars. And, well, to face Willie Mays and some of the other powerful stars they have in the lineup is quite an honor, and I can guarantee you they'll have all the respect in the world for me out there.
Well, you heard Doc Ellis, Vida Blue. Now let's hear for another man, the voice of the New York Mets, roaming the stands today here in Tiger Stadium, Detroit, Michigan, Lindsey Nelson.
Well, as you know, in recent years, most of the All-Star games have been played in the bright new stadia of our country. But also a popular commodity in our country these days seems to be nostalgia. And if that's true, it's altogether proper that the All-Star game be played here, because this is most of all a baseball park. Whether you call it Bennett Park or Navin Field or Briggs Stadium or Tiger Stadium, this has been most of all the home of the Detroit Tigers. It's been the scene of some great players and some great exploits. This is where Ty Cobb played and managed. This is where Mickey Cochran led the Tigers to pennants in 1934 and 35. This was the land of Bridges and Schoolboy Rowe, Gehringer and Hank Greenberg. More recently, of course, this is where Denny McLain pitched. It's been the home of Al Kaline and Norm Cash. And so if nostalgia is the thing we're looking for, it's altogether proper that tonight, when we have the greatest stars in the baseball world here in Detroit, they'll play it right here at this ballpark. Now back upstairs.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to meet the lineups for the National League and the American League.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and welcome to Tiger Stadium in the 1971 All-Star Game. Here are the starting lineups, beginning with the National League All-Stars and their manager from the Cincinnati Reds, George Sparky Anderson. Leading off and playing center field from the San Francisco Giants, Willie Mays. Batting second and playing right field from the Atlanta Braves, Henry Aaron. Batting third and playing third base from the St. Louis Cardinals, Joe Torre. Batting fourth and playing left field from the Pittsburgh Pirates, Willie Stargell. Batting fifth and playing first base from the San Francisco Giants, Willie McCovey. Batting sixth and catching from the Cincinnati Reds, Johnny Bench. Batting seventh and playing second base from the Chicago Cubs, Glenn Beckert. Batting eighth and playing shortstop from the New York Mets, Bud Harrelson. Leading off and playing second base from the Minnesota Twins, Rod Carew. Batting second and playing center field for the New York Yankees, Bobby Mercer.
That's Rod Carew.
Batting third and playing left field from the Boston Red Sox, Carl Yastrzemski. Batting fourth and playing right field from the Baltimore Orioles, Frank Robinson. Batting fifth and playing first base from the Detroit Tigers, Norm Cash. Sixth and playing third base from the Baltimore Orioles, Brooks Robinson. Batting seventh and catching from the Detroit Tigers, Bill Freehan. Batting eighth and playing shortstop from the Boston Red Sox, Louis Aparicio. Batting ninth and pitching, Vida Blue from the Oakland Athletics, who is warming up in the bullpen. And here are the remaining American League All-Star players and coaches. From the Baltimore Orioles, Don Buford, Mike Cuellar, and Jim Palmer. From the Boston Red Sox, Sonny Siebert. From the California Angels, Andy Messersmith. From the Chicago White Sox, Bill Melton and Wilbur Wood. From the Detroit Tigers, Al Kaline and Mickey Lolich. From the Kansas City Royals, Amos Otis and Cookie Rojas. From the Milwaukee Brewers, Marty Patton. From the Minnesota Twins, Leo Cardenas, Harmon Killebrew, and Jim Perry. From the New York Yankees, Thurman Munson. From the Oakland Athletics, Dave Duncan and Reggie Jackson. From the Washington Senators, Frank Howard. And the American League coaches, from the Baltimore Orioles, Billy Hunter. From the Detroit Tigers, Billy Martin. Ladies and gentlemen, the flag bearers and the color guard tonight are members of the Joint Armed Forces Color Guard. At this time, we invite you all to join in with the Merle Albee Band and Robert Taylor in singing our national anthem.
The umpires are already at home plate, and the honor of throwing out the first ball tonight goes to the mechanical man, Charlie Gehringer, who played second base here for the Tigers from 1926 through 1942.
Kurt, those young boys coming through being congratulated by Joe Cronin, the American League president, are winners in the pitch, hit, and throw contest that Baseball and Phillips have co-sponsored.
We'll give you the national winners later. Charlie Gehringer made plays look so easy in the field that he really wasn't appreciated by those who watched him play day after day. He was a crisp line drive hitter, lifetime 300 average, a Hall of Famer, a quiet man who said hello at the beginning of the season and goodbye at the end. and just went out there and did a great job every day.
Participated in the first All-Star game in 1933. Charlie Gehringer will throw out the first pitch of the game to the American League All-Star catcher, Bill Freehan.
Bill Freehan, the American League catcher, receiving the honorary pitch. John Fetzer, the owner of the Tigers, with Gehringer, and Joe Cronin, the president of the American League. One more. The pitch, hit, and throw of champs tonight. The 9-year-old champ is Dan Langmaid of Wheaton, Illinois. The 10-year-old champion, Chet Masterson of Vicksburg, Mississippi. The 11-year-old champion, David Swartz of Phoenix, Arizona. And the 12-year-old champion, Wallace McDuffie of Gaston, Alabama. 450,000 boys participated in Phillips' 66 pitch, hit, and throw this year. The second year of the nationwide program for boys. And it's turning into an outstanding baseball promotion for the boys in this country. This 1971 All-Star Game is being brought to you from Tiger Stadium in Detroit, Michigan.
More people drive Dodge Darts than any other U.S.-built compact. It has room for 6. It's got a larger trunk. And now Dodge is offering the Dart Swinger, specially equipped with vinyl roof, deluxe wheel covers, and white walls. And Dodge is throwing in the automatic transmission free. Free automatic transmission. Swinger automatic. A bargain a lot of people are driving. Shouldn't you be one of them?
Remember Whitey Ford, winner of 10 World Series games? Well, today he's pitching to his son Eddie. Boy, is he catching on.
I like to stay on the young side, with sensible exercise and sensible eating, like Kellogg's Product 19, the high-potency cereal with all of the minimum daily adult requirements for vitamins and iron.
All the flavor, too, Dad.
Want to get back on the young side? Start with Kellogg's Product 19.
The two managers, Earl Weaver and Sparky Anderson, were the umpires for the meeting at home plate. Let's listen in.
Oh, yeah. He does all right, yeah.
And with this guy throwing.
All right.
Yeah. Gentlemen, we'll start off. In fact, I want to congratulate all you fellows for being in an all-star game. Mr. Sparky Adams, Mr. Earl Weaver, umpires. It's really a privilege for me. Anyway, we'll start with the break. Up there, up above, side of play. Off the rubber. It's got to go in the dugout. If there's a glove on there, we count it part of the dugout. The bullpen over there, if it goes over the roof, it's in. The foul poles of yellow is a home run. Above it, whatever it does. If it goes into the stands, it's 2 bases. If it comes back, it's in play. The flagpole, which we have discussed about 4 times, isn't that interesting? If it goes below, it's 2 bases. If it goes above the fence, it's a home run. If it comes back, it's in play. The left field foul line is the same way. The bullpen is the same way also. Now, if it should go in where them fellas with the white shirts that are going to scrape the field in the 5th inning, we'll call it dead.
All right.
All right?
Hit him and
call it dead.
All right, just kill it.
Now, the tarp, if it's in play, all right. If it goes behind, we won't call it.
Get up on there and jump, right?
That's right. You can make a catch on it. Now, also, the dugout, it's got to go in if there's a glove, the same way as yours. Gentlemen, good luck to both of you.
Thank you, Frank.
Come out swinging.
How do we get out of here?
Take it back.
Kurt, we saw the trademark of Vida Blue running out to the mound. He's running out to meet the number 1 hitter in this National League All-Star lineup, Willie Mays. Let's hear what Vida Blue has to say about pitching to Willie Mays, the first hitter in this All-Star game.
Well, first of all, Tony, let me say it's a pleasure for me to just be here. But I think Vida will probably throw me the fastball. I've seen him pitch a couple of times, and I think his best pitch right now would be his fastball. So I think he will start, off the game with a fastball, trying to get ahead of me. But, of course, you never know about what's going on. But as far as myself, I think I'll be swinging.
All right, it's Oakland against San Francisco, the old rivalry, in the first pitch of the strike by Vida Blue. I don't think any pitcher's ever come into this All-Star game with more pressure. This game doesn't count in the standings, but Vida Blue just been hounded since he's been here by the press, the radio, the television, the public. Ground ball to shortstop. Aparicio up, and Willie Mays is out. One down. Henry Aaron will be the next batter. Two of the top 3 home run hitters of all time, Mays and Aaron, are hitting number 1 and 2 in the National League lineup, which is an oddity. Of course, Babe Ruth, the top home run man. This is the 20th All-Star game for Hank Aaron. The first time he has ever seen Tiger Stadium or played in Detroit. The same for Willie Mays, which I say is a strong endorsement. He won the Gillette Trophy for the second year in a row as receiving the most votes from the public of any All-Star player. Henry Aaron winning the Gillette Trophy. But that Mays and Aaron haven't played here, I think, is a strong endorsement for interleague play. The Tiger fans are really anxious to see them here. A strike at the knees by Vida Blue. How do you describe Vida Blue? I think one way you can describe him, a long, loose arm. A great athlete, tremendous football player in high school, marvelous rhythm, big bounding ball to Brooks Robinson. And his throws there, and they're 2 down. Joe Torre will be the next man up. He leads the National League in batting with a .359 average, 14 homers, 65 RBIs. The batters that we talk to that face Vida Blue say he doesn't look as fast from the stands as he does in the batter's box. That about a yard or 2 in front of the plate, suddenly the ball shoots at you. It takes off. It jumps. And it can sail. It can swerve. His fastball's alive. That's his pitch. There it is. He leads the majors in strikeouts. We've had Dean and Grove and Koufax and Feller and Drysdale, great pitchers, come in here. Gomez, never with 17 wins at the All-Star break. 2 strikes. Blue 17 wins, the most that the pitchers had at the All-Star break. The previous high was Bobby Feller, 16 in 1941, and Denny McLain won 16 games coming into the All-Star game of 68. The National League high was Drysdale's 15 wins. Koufax, Marichal, and Necro. 2 down, nobody on. 2 strikes to Joe Torre. Playing Torre straight away. A high fly to shallow center. Looks like an easy 1-2-3 inning for Vida Blue. Mercer lost his cap. Look out. Carew goes back. And that's it. The National League is easily retired by Vida Blue in the top of the first. And so the American League now will come to bat with no score.
Buffalo Bill Cody influenced the legend of the West more than any other man. As a rider with the Pony Express, as a scout, as a buffalo hunter, as a showman. And although he seemed at home anywhere in the world, home to Buffalo Bill was Scout's Rest Ranch in North Platte, Nebraska. Today we're painting Buffalo Bill's place with Sears' best exterior latex. It's climate formulated for every part of the country. Here's where you need a really tough paint that'll stand up to the prairie heat or a blizzard off the plains. Buffalo Bill's house will look as good with age as he did. Sears' best exterior latex for great American homes like yours.
Coaching for the American League, Billy Martin, the manager of the Tigers, a former American League infielder, mostly with the Yankees, and Billy Hunter, who also was an infielder in his playing days, third base coach of the Orioles. Earl Weaver's selection here tonight. Well, all the talk's been about Vida Blue, but here's a fella, Doc Ellis, who has quite a record himself. He leads his league in victories with 14. He has the lowest earned run average, and he has a 12-game winning streak. The last time he lost was to the Dodgers at Pittsburgh on April 27th. Since that date, he started 13 games and won 12 times. Rod Carew got off to a very slow start this year. He's been recovering from a knee operation, but he is sizzling now. Batting .283. He was hitting around .210, .220 a month ago. He's hit over .400 in his last 25 games. He's a bat control hitter. He gets a piece of the ball most of the time. His 5th All-Star start. Playing second base. Ellis's pitch is high and away to him for a ball. Bobby Mercer will be on deck, and then Carl Yastrzemski. They're playing Carew straight away. Remember, a 30-mile-an-hour wind blowing from home plate toward first base. The ball, anything hit in the air toward right field, will be given a tremendous boost.
And the American League, with 4 left-handed hitters in the lineup, has an advantage. There's Mercer on deck of the Yankees. The National League with 2 left-handed hitters, McCovey.
Bounding ball to second baseman Beckert. An easy play for him, and there's 1 out. Bobby Mercer, who's arrived this year, is a real star with the Yankees. Tony Oliva could not play with a sprained knee, so Mercer replaced him as a starter. Mercer leads the American League in base hits with 103. He's batting .341. Not too big. You wonder where he gets his power. 16 homers, 50 runs batted in.
Real crouched batting stance. Holds the bat low.
A strike. He missed 2 years in baseball due to military service. Lives in Oklahoma City. 1-1. Well, the veteran Ellis is having a little more trouble with his control than the kid Blue. Blue is throwing strikes in the top of the first. Mercer's the only starter tonight, not counting the pitchers, who has never played in an all-star game. A big thrill for him. Detroit changeup is lashed foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Mercer. 1 out, nobody on. No score, last of the first.
Doc Ellis, Kurt, can also throw very hard. I don't think as hard as Vida Blue, but this year he's become successful because he's gone more to his slider, his breaking pitch. He's gotten better control. He's not trying to strike hitters out, just make them hit the ball on the ground.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fouled back upstairs. Johnny Bench ripping off the mask. They'll do that tonight on any foul ball to the left of home plate or third base way, because the wind will be holding those foul balls up from going in the stand. So the 2 catchers, the third baseman, are going to have to be alert. On deck is Carl Yastrzemski. '26-year-old Doc Ellis serving up a 1-2 delivery. Upside, a count 2-2. He lives in Pittsburgh now. He's born in Los Angeles. An outstanding high jumper at Harvard Junior College in Wilmington, California. A base hit, our first one tonight. Bobby Mercer's on. Willie Mays back to the infield with it.
Kurt, Tony Caniglaro, as everyone knows, retired from baseball a couple of days ago, and the repercussions were felt in Boston. Billy C. criticized Carl Yastrzemski coming up to bat now. Let's hear what Carl Yastrzemski has to say about the problems up in Boston.
Well, there shouldn't have been anything controversial brought out about anything. I played baseball for 10 years. I love the game. I've worked hard to achieve what I have. I know deep down in my heart that I personally have not had anybody ever traded or fired.
It's Carl Yastrzemski as the pot is bowling during the All-Star break in Boston. Yastrzemski's flying back early tomorrow to attend a Red Sox workout. The count, 1 strike to Yastrzemski. Mercer at first, 1 out. No score, last of the first. Foul back. Yastrzemski tied an All-Star game record by coming up with 4 hits in last year's game. He had 3 singles, a double. He was voted the outstanding player of the game. He played 6 innings in the outfield and 6 innings at first base. Takes one of the hardest swings in baseball. 3 times an American League batting champ. A complete player. Can beat you with the glove, the arm, running the bases, or with his bat. 2 strikes. Change up, bounce slowly to second. Beckert will have to go to first baseman McCovey. Mercer advances into scoring position. 2 down, and Frank Robinson comes into the All-Star game batting .310 with 14 homers, 57 runs batted in. He wants to manage. He has managerial equipment, but his own manager, Earl Weaver, says he's still too good a player to manage. So where do you find bats like Frank Robinson?
Well, he's had the experience managing the last couple of years in winter baseball. A good handler of men, and gives a lot of good advice to young players.
Mercer at second, 2 down. Fine stop by Johnny Bench. Ball 1 to Frank Robinson. Robinson will crowd the plate. Probably closer than any player in the game tonight. Led his leagues many times in being hit by pitch ball. Sends a ground ball to shortstop Bud Harrelson, who gobbles it up, and the American League is out in the last of the first inning. They had no runs, 1 hit, there were no errors, 1 left. At the end of the first inning in Detroit, it is 0-0.
Repeat after me. I, Johnny Bench,
I, Johnny Bench,
have switched to Gillette Platinum Plus blades
have switched to Gillette Platinum Plus blades.
because they shave me closer and with more comfort.
Me too.
Me too. Me too what?
They shave me closer and with more comfort, too.
You better just stick to catching.
Gillette Platinum Plus. Double edge or injector. Both with platinum smooth edges for smoother shaves.
Double edge or injector.
Can I get some Gillette Platinum Plus injector blades for my brother?
Sure, John.
Thanks.
At your local store.
Does my antiperspirant keep me dry? No, sir. You don't do what I do and stay dry.
If your antiperspirant doesn't do what you hired it to, fire yours and hire ours. Right Guard Antiperspirant. Get the drying agent that really helps keep you dry. Stops odor, too.
Well, it depends on the day. You know, on easy days, I'm dry, but on days like today, forget it.
Then fire yours and hire ours. Ours is Right Guard.
Walter Alston, a longtime manager of the Dodgers, is coaching at first base. Former coach of his and now managing at San Diego, Preston Gomez, coaching at third for the National League. And here's the power king of the majors this year, Willie Stargell. He has 30 home runs. He hit 31 all last season. He's knocked in 87 runs. Leads the majors in both departments, and he's batting .320. Everything in his favor tonight. A short right field and a strong wind blowing toward right. But he's facing a left-hander. Vida Blue hits Stargell.
Kurt, that appeared to be the first breaking pitch that blew through. He just threw fastballs the first inning. Let's watch it again. Stargell taking the pitch perfectly, turning his back to prevent injury. A breaking ball that he tried to overthrow and got inside to Stargell.
Vida Blue now will face Willie McCovey, who's been a crippled player this year. He just came off the disabled list. He's played 4 games. He's going to have a knee operation at the end of the year. He's batting .285. Ball 1 to him. 11 homers, even though he's been a part-time player, and 41 RBIs. One of the picture hitters in baseball, hits with tremendous power and hits for a good average. Stargell on first, nobody out, no score. The 1-0 pitch. Blew it right by him, 1-1. You can always tell when a pitcher has stuff when he's hard to hit. Blue has given up only on deck his bench 5.5 hits every 9 innings he's pitched, and he's struck out more men than innings pitched. He leads the majors in strikeout. He's averaged 9.2 strikeouts in every 9 innings he's pitched. Again, that quick one, that ball just jumping in there as it gets to home plate.
2 fastballs in a row, Kurt, and the first one to McCovey jumped into him, actually came in. Then he threw a fastball that started about the middle of the plate, and the ball sailed or slid away from McCovey, so his arm is live.
1 ball, 2 strikes to McCovey. He got him on a blazing fastball. Boy, did that one pop into Johnny Bench's mitt.
His fastball never moves, it doesn't seem, the same way Tice. He'll start a fastball low in the strike zone. It looks like it's going in the dirt, and it'll actually jump up those last couple of feet and get in the belt high zone.
Well, of course, the talk about Blue is his remarkable control at the age of 21. Koufax didn't arrive as a great pitcher until he was 27, 26. Lefty Grove until he was 27. It seems to take left-handers longer, but not this youngster. He's walked only 2.7 batters every 9 innings this year. Very good control. Bench lofts a high pop foul back toward the seats. Freehan going over, and it's out of play. 1 strike. And Vida Blue, in his last 2 starts, he pitched 9 innings, then an 11-inning game where he struck out 17 against the Angels. Didn't win or didn't lose. He left with a score 0-0. He hasn't walked a man in his last 20 innings. That's truly remarkable. Stargell on first, 1 out. 1 strike to Johnny Bench. No score on the top of the second. There's a high drive to deep right center. That one is going, and it is gone in the upper deck. A tremendous drive on a high outside pitch by Johnny Bench. I was just about to say that Blue doesn't give up many homers either.
Kurt, that's the kind of pitch you rarely see hit off a hard-throwing fastball pitcher like Vida Blue or a Koufax or any other hard thrower. A pitch high and almost in the eyes of Johnny Bench. That's the ball that usually really moves. Let's watch Vida's motion all alone. He has a little bit of a pause when he's in his delivery, right about here, and throws the hitters off a little bit. And then that arm, like a slingshot, comes over the top. But that time, not good enough. He got the ball up, and Bench really powered it to right center. And I don't think the wind helped that ball too much. The ball just jumped out of it.
That landed over the 415 marker in the upper deck in right center. Strike to Glenn Beckert. That is a tremendous shot for a right-handed batter to the opposite field. You can't hit him much harder than that. Glenn Beckert, very hard to strike out. Batting .336 for the season. Curve is hit deep into left center. Mercer giving chase. He's over there. He's got it. 2 down. And frail Bud Harrelson of the Mets coming up. The key player in the Mets. He was kidding tonight. He said, I wonder how come they got all those other fellows hitting above me in the lineup. I mean, guys like Aaron and McCovey and Stargell. I ought to be up there in the power spot. He's batting .268. No homers. 20 RBIs. 2 runs in for the National League in the top of the second. Fastball, strike. 2 down, bases empty. Harrelson had 2 hits in last year's All-Star game at Cincinnati. Played just the last 6 innings. Foul back. 0-2.
Kurt, you know, when you talk to pitchers from both the National and American League, they generally concede that there is a little bit of a difference in pitching style. They'll say that the American League is more of a breaking ball pitcher's league and the National League more of a fastball pitcher's league. Fastballers like Gibson, of course, Durker, Tommy Seaver. So these National League hitters are used to hard throwers.
2-strike pitch. Foul back. The fans selected the starting lineups. The managers picked the rest of the squad and the pitchers. The starting 8 must play 3 innings before they can be removed. Here's the 2-strike pitch. Curve is inside. Vida Blue needs more work on his curve, and that's what he's doing, trying to improve it to go with his fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Broken bat fly ball to right field. Frank Robinson's there. And that's it. But Johnny Bench hit a gigantic home run to right center to give the National League 2 runs. 1 hit, there were no errors, and nobody left. At the end of an inning and a half, it's the Nationals 2 and the Americans nothing.
When DuPont introduced Rally Cream half-hour car wax, it kicked up quite a storm. Because that half-hour shine is every bit as weatherproof, as dirt-proof, and as detergent-proof as even hard-to-use paste waxes. And here we go again with Raleigh Liquid half-hour car wax. Who said lightning never strikes twice?
Hey, Carl, want a lift? Got a new Dodge Polara.
No, thanks. Get in shape.
So bad it's really plush. Come on, hop in.
Gotta get in shape.
Air conditioning's really great in here. Got it for half the sticker price.
Air conditioning?
You get a specially equipped Polara with stuff like radio, power brakes, and Dodge will give you half off the sticker price on the air.
Air conditioning?
Well, don't say I didn't try.
Brad, wait!
The gentleman in the dark suit with the glasses is Senator Robert Griffin of Michigan. Charlie Geringer next to him, and Commissioner Kuhn in the white suit with the glasses, and Mrs. Kuhn. They're in the commissioner's box tonight. Norm Cash getting a big hand. First baseman of the Tigers. Just a few years ago, he was being booed heavily here by these hometown fans, but he's having his best year in 10 years. He's tied with Melton of the White Sox for the lead in homers in the American League with 20, batting .293. And he was mad about this All-Star game a few days ago. Foul ball. When Boog Powell was elected and then became injured, Earl Weaver decided he wouldn't pick another first baseman, that he had Frank Howard in there and Frank Robinson, or Spencer could play first. The changeup is in. So Cash got mad at Weaver, but they patched it all up now. And Cash said, well, sure, I wanted to play. I wanted to play in Detroit. I was mad for a while, but then when I got to understanding it and talked to Earl, why, it's all cleared up. Cash strikes out. First strikeout for Doc Ellis. They called it the Brooks Robinson World Series last year, and he's going right along since then, having another good year, batting .294 with the Orioles. He's had some key home runs this year. He's hit 10, knocked in 54 runs. Ground ball in the hole. Harrelson with a long throw to make, and he's got it. That's the play they test the shortstop on, and they scout a young shortstop. Can he make the throw from the hole?
Well, they say of Buddy Harrelson in the National League, and not just the Mets, all the other clubs, that he covers more ground than anybody in baseball. And he shows he can go to his right, he can get rid of the ball. Made a great play in the All-Star game last year to prevent a ball in Cincinnati from going to center field and break up a possible American League rally.
Bill Freehan, this is the 6th consecutive start, the longest starting streak of any American League players. Ray Fosse was scheduled to start, but he was injured and had to withdraw from the game. Freehan batting .279 for the Tigers. Ball one to him. 2-0, National League ahead on Johnny Bench's 2-run homer. The on-deck batter is Lou Aparicio of the Red Sox.
Freehan has been a hot hitter for the American League All-Star team. He's hit some home runs recently for the Tigers, hitting at about a .333 clip for the last couple of weeks.
2 down, nobody on. The 1-0 pitch. On the corner, 1-1 to him. There's a long drive to left field. Stargell back, has room, and grabs it right up against the fence. The wind held that one up.
Didn't quite get it, Kurt. It looked like changed up, and he got on the end of the bat.
So at the end of 2 innings in Detroit, Michigan, the score is the National League 2 and the American League 0.
You better hurry, Nancy. I'm pitching today.
Okay.
Well, what are you doing?
We need gas. $1 worth, please. Now for some quick starting gasoline.
What?
And then some detergent gasoline they sell down the road.
Nancy.
What's the matter?
Nancy, you don't have to make 3 stops. Pull in here. This is a Phillips 66 Performance Stop. And these are Phillips 3 for the money performance gasolines.
3 for the money?
Right. They give you quick starts, good mileage, and cleansing action. 3 for the money. And that's performance.
Oh, Tom, you take all the fun out of shopping.
The Performance Stop. Phillips 66.
Get 3 for the money performance. Quick starts, good mileage, and cleansing action at Phillips 66.
At Phillips 66, it's performance that counts.
This telecast presented by authority of Major League Baseball, intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Commissioner of Baseball is prohibited. Sellout crowd tonight. It's been sold out for months here. 54,000 in Tiger Stadium. And the scalpers were busy outside 5 or 6 o'clock tonight with people looking for tickets. Doc Ellis, the National League pitcher, will be leading off against Vida Blue. Blue has struck out one, hit a batter, given up one, hit a home run. Ball one to Doc Ellis. Willie Mays on deck at the top of the order, and then Henry Aaron. We're talking about Blue not giving up any home runs, 1-1. He's allowed only one home run every 30 innings this year, which is an outstanding ratio. But he's been tagged tonight. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's his curve. It's high and away, ball 2. 2-1 to Doc Ellis.
Blue is a very smooth delivery. There's some warm-up for the American League. Jim Palmer of the Orioles.
And that's Juan Marichal, Tony, in the National League. Trying to bunt his way on. 2-2 to Doc Ellis.
Blue with a very smooth, rhythmic delivery and style. He gets his whole body, not just his arm, into the delivery of the pitch. See him rock back on that back foot, get a nice easy motion, push off, and get that momentum going forward. And then that slingshot arm coming over very quickly, which is very deceptive to the hitters.
2-2 delivery. Second strikeout for Vida Blue. 1 out in the third, and Willie Mays up. Willie grounded out his first time. Well, they seem to be turning that calendar back out there in the Bay Area. First it was George Bland at the age of 43 in football, and here's Willie Mays at the age of 40 in baseball. This is Willie's 22nd game in a row and his 17th start. He holds the All-Star record, many of them. Change-up is hit high in the air into right center. Bobby Mercer going over, and it's Frank Robinson as the wind kept blowing the ball back to Robinson, taking it. I think Mercer got fooled by that wind, Tony.
Frank Robinson actually gave up on the ball. He thought Mercer had it all the way. Now they're getting their signals straightened out there. Here's the breaking pitch. Got a little bit in on the fists of Willie. A little bit late on the swing, going to right field. Mercer going hard, the ball drifting away. You saw Robbie gave up. He was looking at Mercer, thinking he had it all the way. And then a couple of quick steps over to get it in right center field.
The All-Star game has not been Henry Aaron's bag. Ball one, he's played in a lot of them, but he's hit only 175. He's had 10 hits, and they've all been singles. Tonight he wants his first extra base All-Star hit. Something else he wants is to break Babe Ruth's all-time home run record. He is 98 behind Babe Ruth. His knee holds up, but his health continues good. He might have a chance. One ball, 1 strike. You know, it's odd, Tony. He's 4th of all time in extra base hits in baseball, and he can't get an extra base hit in an All-Star game, as many as he's played in. 2 down, nobody on. Third inning, the National League ahead, 2-0. That one had something on it. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Mentioned that bad knee of Henry Aaron. He's had fluid drained off the knee something like 8 times, he was telling me, since spring training. Puffs up, he's got to get out of the lineup. It starts hurting him too much.
A high fly ball, the wind carrying that one out. And it is gone in the upper deck. Henry Aaron gets his first extra base hit, his first All-Star homer, and 2 right-handed batters have hit home runs to the opposite field off Vida Blue.
Blue did not make a bad pitch, it didn't look like. The ball looked like it was almost by Henry. He just kind of waved at the ball, just flipped at it with those quick hands and arms of his. And the wind got hold of it and really pushed it out. See how far back that ball is on Aaron. Look at that. He didn't even have full extension on those arms. You could see those hands had not come through yet. Was not hitting the ball way out in front. And yet the wind got hold of it and carried it into the right field stands, the upper deck.
National League leading 3-0. Joe Torre popped up his first time. A strike to him. Anything hit in the air tonight to right. Watch out. 2 down, nobody on. Crowd still buzzing about Aaron's blow. Strike 2, a curve on the inside corner. 0-2.
Kurt Torrey's 350 batting average is even more amazing when you realize he does not have the kind of speed of either an Aaron or a Mays or a Matty Alou. He's got to really hit all of his balls hard and get clean base hits.
Curved him again and misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Torrey. 2 down, bases empty.
See some of the National League defenses, not here today in the American League, but some of the defenses, the shortstop and third baseman play him way back on the grass. They know he cannot leg out too many hits.
1-2 pitch. Struck him out on a curveball. Vida Blue winds up his 3 innings with 3 strikeouts, but he gave up 2 homers. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left at the end of 2.5 innings. The National League 3, the American League 0.
This car won at the rugged Baja 1000 without a single tire failure. What makes these tires so special? They're Sears steel-belted radials with flexible steel belts under the tread. A city taxi racked up over 70,000 miles on one set of tires. What makes the tires so special? They're Sears steel-belted radials with flexible steel belts under the tread. From a speed of 50 miles an hour, a car stops on wet pavement in 4.2 seconds. What makes these tires so special? They're Sears steel-belted radials with flexible steel belts under the tread. Sears steel-belted radials. Probably the best automobile tires you'll ever drive. For ruggedness, for mileage, for all-round performance. Sears steel-belted radial. Only at Sears.
NBC Television estimates an audience of 58 million total viewers on its network of 218 television stations tonight. Game is going to be seen internationally tonight as well. Mexico, Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, Bermuda, and Canada, where English and French-speaking versions are aired. And the NBC Radio Network, over 200 stations carrying the game, and also Armed Forces Radio around the world to our men and women overseas. Lou Aparicio of the Red Sox leads off in the last of the 3rd. Doc Ellis's pitch is inside to him for a ball. Jim Palmer will come in and pitch the 4th inning for the American League. Reggie Jackson is on deck to bat for Vida Blue. A strike. That will leave the American League with 1 left-handed pinch hitter, and that is if he bats left-handed, Don Buford, who's a switch hitter. The rest of the American League bench is right-handed. 1-1 to Aparicio. Foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's a base hit by Aparicio. Marichal is still warming up for the National League. You see Willie Davis throwing down here, and Roberto Clemente.
Lee May, also Pat Corrales just warming up Willie Davis.
Reggie Jackson, Marichal, still in the National League bullpen, batting .272 for Oakland, 17 homers. He's bounced back this year, 41 runs batted in. A fine all-around player. Good defensive outfielder, base runner, and thrower. And, of course, real power, especially for this ballpark. It's a strike to him. Aparicio on first, nobody out. Went for the high, fast one and fouls it back, and Ellis quickly has him 2 strikes.
Aparicio on first base, but even at that, Willie McCovey with the National League ahead 3-0, not holding him on. He wants to protect that hole, take away some of the ground between Beckert and himself.
Two-strike count. Foul again.
Ellis throwing the ball right by Reggie Jackson. Ellis had been going with his slider off and on, throwing fastballs and some pretty hard ones. He's had arm trouble for the Pirates at times this year, but it usually occurs about the 6th or 7th inning when his arm starts tiring.
He hasn't pitched since last Tuesday. He's had 6 full days of rest. Pirates were rained out on Sunday when he was scheduled to pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Reggie Jackson. Doc Ellis pitched a no-hitter at San Diego in June of 1970. He walked 8 in that game, hit a batter, and still pitched a no-hit, no-run game. There's a long drive. That one is going way up. It is off the roof. That hit the transformer up there. A tremendous smash. Only 8 players have hit the ball over the roof here in Detroit. And Jackson nearly did it then out of the ballpark.
It's been done 13 times, Kurt. Norm Cash has done it the most, 4 times. Mantle has done it 3. Williams has done it. But that one was really a smash, more toward right center field. Longest ball ever to be hit out in that area was estimated at 560 feet by Norm Cash. What a smash.
Tony, remember the home run we saw him hit in Minnesota year before last? It measured 500 and some feet off the top of the scoreboard there in the Twin Stadium. Now it's 3-2. National League leading, and Rod Carew's the batter. It's a strike to him. Carew grounded out his first time up. 3 king-size home runs tonight so far. The evening's young, and the wind is just as strong. Ball 1, strike 1.
Kurt, I've seen 2 of Mickey's home runs in that area and 1 of Norm Cash's, but I've never seen anyone get out as quickly as that one did. And it looked like it was on the rise. It wasn't a high fly ball. It was going up.
1-1 pitch. Ball 2 to Carew. 2-1. 3 runs, 2 hits for the National League. Homers by Bench and Aaron. 2 runs, 3 hits for the American League. That's the 9th pinch hit home run in All-Star Game history. The last one was back in 1962 by little Pete Runnels. Ball 3, who's now living outside Houston. There's Earl Weaver, the American League manager. Brooks Robinson pointing out. They're still pointing up at the spot where Jackson hit that drive. They can't believe it in the dugout.
It was big Frank Howard to your right of your screen, and he looked even in awe, and he said hit a hard one in this park.
Ball 4, and Rod Carew's on. Bobby Mercer singled up the middle his first time.
I can't get over the way that ball jumped out of here. I think they've had a stopwatch to see how long it took to get that distance.
They had perfect timing on it and everything behind it. One out. Nobody out. Let me check that. Carew's at first. Ball 1. 3 men in a row reach base now. Aparicio single. Reggie Jackson homered. Carew's walked. And it's 1-0 to Bobby Mercer. Two 2-0, and Ellis is struggling.
You know, he was really letting it out with the fastball on Reggie Jackson, and he had a couple of fastballs actually by Jackson. And then he tried to throw another one with a little extra on it, and Reggie Jackson's bat, a little more quick that time, caught up with the ball.
If Jackson's drive had been between the stands and the light transformer, it would have sailed out of the ballpark. 2 balls and no strikes. A high pop up to the infield. Bud Harrelson coming in, giving way to Joe Torre, and Torre has to come all the way over by first base on the gallop to take it, the wind blowing it toward first. We pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC Television Network.
Let's watch it again. Here's the Mercer swing. Pop-up that started off near third base. McCovey just gave up on the ball. Look at Harrelson, thinks he's got a shot. McCovey still hasn't moved. Harrelson saying, somebody come here, where are you? And Torrey comes into the picture looking at McCovey.
Carl Yastrzemski grounded out to second his first time. He hits a high fly to left fielder Stargell. Harrelson going up. The wind holds it up. Look at that wind hold that ball up and left. Everything hit the right, given a free ride. Balls in the air to left. Balls in the air to left are being held up. It's going to be tricky on pop-ups and fly balls tonight. As we said at the start of the broadcast, this 30-mile-an-hour wind will be a huge factor in this game. Now, Earl Weaver, the American League manager, talking to the home plate umpire, Frank Umont. Paul Pryor is the first base umpire of the National League. Jake O'Donnell umpiring at second. Umpiring at third is Doug Harvey of the National League. Don Denker is on the right field line, and Nick Colosi on the left field line. Rod Carew at first, 2 down. Frank Robinson up. He grounded to short his first time. A strike to him. National League ahead 3-2 in the last of the third. One and one. Covey holding against Carew. Runner going. Foul ball. They were playing hit and run.
Frank Robinson, seeing that runner breaking, saw the wide open hole as Glenn Beckert had left his position. Tried to shoot one through that area. A little bit late.
A 1-ball, 2-strike count to Frank Robinson. Carew at first, 2 down.
Like Frank is trying to take advantage of that wind. Like he was hitting late, trying to get the ball in the air.
He's got a drive deep to right field. That ball is going. It is gone. A home run.
Certainly talk about place hitting. I've got to believe that Frank Robinson, the last 2 swings. Let's watch it again. Looks like he's definitely. You can see that right elbow close to his body to prevent that barrel of that bat getting out too soon so he would not pull the ball. He actually placed the ball in that direction, which is pretty good hitting.
4 home runs tonight. Here's Norm Cash now. He struck out. 3 right-handed batters have hit the ball to right field for home runs. And Reggie Jackson, a towering drive. No swing. Johnny Bench says check with somebody. Frank Umont said no. He didn't commit himself. Ball 1. And Norm Cash. You know, you look at Norm Cash, he doesn't appear too big or strong, but he's hit the ball over the right field roof here 4 times. He has a compact swing, and then he gets the right timing. Give it a long ride. 1 and 1.
Very short, very quick swing. With the bat, he has a little short stride. Really gets quick hip movement and hand movement at the last second into the ball.
The 1-1 pitch. Ball 2 to him, 2 and 1. The American League has taken the lead 4-3. And like Vida Blue, Doc Ellis has given up very few home runs this year. He's allowed only 4 home runs in the first half of the season, but 2 in this inning. 2-2 to Norm Cash. And the fans here now, Tony, they expect every swing to be a homer after they've seen 4 blasts in the first 3 innings. Two and 2 pitch coming up. Change up, dribbled foul.
You've got to believe every hitter up at the plate at this time with that wind blowing out is thinking bottom of the ball. Let me hit the bottom part so I can get it up in the air.
The most home runs ever hit in an All-Star game have been 6. In Detroit here in 1951, in Cleveland in 1954. We've had 4 already tonight. 2-2 count to Norm Cash. Strike 3. Slow breaking pitch. 4 runs for the American League on 3 hits, 2 homers. There were no errors, nobody left. At the end of 3, it's the American League 4, the National League 3.
This man is shaving in a distortion mirror to test the Gillette Techmatic razor. No razor can guarantee it'll never cut you, but Techmatic is made to reduce the risk. Techmatic is lighter on your face. Techmatic has an adjustable cartridge and a razor band with no corners to cut you. In spite of the mirror, he got a good close shave without a nick or cut. Gillette Techmatic. It's tough on your beard, not on your face.
Kellogg's Rice Krispies, let 'em pour, pour the milk on top. Hear the roar, let 'em pour. We've got the whole wide world waking up to Kellogg's Rice Krispies. Snap, crackle, pop, snap, crackle, pop, snap, crackle, pop.
Wake up on the rice side. Wake up with Kellogg's Rice Krispies for breakfast.
Let's join our roving man, Lindsey Nelson.
Well, not everybody's too excited down here. Sarah Lynn Seaver is sleeping very soundly. The daughter of Met pitcher and all-star pitcher Tom Seaver and Nancy. How old is she, Nancy?
She's 4 months old.
She's been to Shea Stadium, I know.
Oh, yes, but I think she got a little overconfident about the National League lead here, and she fell asleep.
I see what you mean. Well, on my right is Mrs. Bud Harrelson. Her husband's the National League starting shortstop. That must please you.
Yes, it does very much. We're very happy.
And he's doing very well?
Yes, I'm waiting for his home run.
Fine, very much. Yvonne Harrelson and Nancy Seaver and Sarah Lynn. Now let's go back upstairs.
A strike to Willie Stargell, delivered by the new American League pitcher, Jim Palmer. Palmer's won 11 games, lost 4 with the Orioles. Appears to be headed for another 20-game season. Nothing in 2. Well, Stargell's seen those other balls sail out there to right field. He's taking dead aim now. The Orioles could have 4 20-game winners this year. McNally, Cuellar, Palmer, and now Pat Dobson's hot. He's won 7 in a row, and he has 10 victories. A valuable pickup for the Orioles when they got him in a trade from San Diego. Outside, 1-2. Palmer has outstanding velocity on his fastball. 3 or 4 years ago, he appeared to be washed up with arm and back miseries, but he bounced back. They throw down to first. I think it's a strike. The ball went back to the backstop. Stargell is out. It was strike 3. Skipped off the glove of Freehan, went to the backstop. Stargell thought the ball had tipped his bat. And so a strikeout for the pitcher, an assist for the catcher, and a put out for the first baseman. And Willie Stargell, the strikeout victim.
Here it is again. I think Freehan got crossed up. Let's see if it ticks the bat of Stargell. Freehan with the glove still low. See if he's looking for curveball. It's not coming. And now the ball takes off fastball. He can't get his glove up. Stargell did go around. But I do believe, Kurt, you're right. He thought he had ticked the ball. He would get another chance. Freehan did not break, as you'll see quickly. Now there he went, got the ball, and threw Stargell out.
1 out, and Willie stretched McCovey, who struck out his first time. Ball 1 to him. The American League ahead 4-3 in the 4th inning. We'll watch Juan Marichal pitch for the National League in the bottom of this inning. Time called. No pitch.
Palmer is not only overpoweringly fast, Kurt. As we've seen, he has an excellent slider, a good snapping curveball, and changes speeds well. He just has all the pitches and pretty good control usually.
Blew that one right by him. 1 ball, 1 strike. They have this shift on for McCovey. 3 infielders on the right side, and the outfield swung around toward right. Again, 1-2. Palmer grew up in Los Angeles, attended high school in Scottsdale, Arizona. Lives now in Timonium, Maryland, a suburb of Baltimore. 1 ball, 2 strikes to McCovey. Inside, 2-2.
Kurt, you know, if you took a poll of National League pitchers and asked them who the most dangerous hitter in the National League is, there would be quite a few would not pick Mays, Aaron, Lee May, Bench. A lot would pick this fellow right here, McCovey.
3-2 count. I think you're right, Tony. Pitchers say he's just awesome looking when they have to face him from the mound. Three and 2 count. 1 out, nobody on. Ground ball drilled to second base. Rod Carew to Norm Cash, and there are 2 down. Johnny Bench smashed a home run in the upper deck in right center his first time. Bench not hitting for a high average this year, 250, but he has 18 homers. He has a weekly TV show now, and his guest, he came in here to tape it in Detroit yesterday, was Vida Blue. Gave Vida a home run for a feed. 2 down, nobody on. Nice host, wasn't he?
Oh, Johnny's been out of that Cincinnati lineup for about 6 or 7 days with that bad wrist. He's had it injected with cortisone, has a lot of contusion in the area, but didn't show on that last swing.
Another great stop by Brooks Robinson. What a pair of hands he's got. That ball was fine. Not too fast with his feet, but with his hands, that's something else again. Ralph Savon, the Baltimore trainer, congratulates him. 3 up, 3 down. And at the end of 3.5 innings, it's the American League 4, the National League 3.
By far and away, it's 1971's best-style new car. That's Car and Driver magazine talking about the beautiful new Dodge Charger. And when you can get the lowest priced Charger hardtop with a special package of options like white walls, wheel covers, and get the Landau vinyl roof at no extra charge, well, you can't really afford to pass it up now, can you? Charger Topper at your Dodge dealers.
To the Equitable agent, no 2 people are alike.
Is there anyone else in the whole human race with your kind of style and your kind of grace?
No 2 people are exactly alike, and that's what the Equitable agent never forgets. All his training and thinking are shaped around you and your life insurance needs. To the Equitable agent,
There's nobody else exactly like you. Nobody else like you.
Well, Johnny Bench just went over to Brooks Robinson and said to him, what's going on? Is this the World Series all over again? We talked to Brooks about the defensive play in this All-Star game. Let's hear Brooks Robinson.
Well, Tony, this is a hitter's ballpark, and the wind's blowing pretty good, but I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see a couple of outstanding plays that might win the ball game for one of the ball clubs.
And there you saw one.
And how many times when that man makes a great play in the field does he lead off for his team at bat? And here's Brooks Robinson, who grounded out his first time. Juan Marichal, 32 years old, is the new pitcher. Lee May has gone to first base. Willie Davis replaces Willie Mays in center field. Roberto Clemente replaces Henry Aaron in right field. 4 changes defensively for the National League. Ball 4-1 to Brooks Robinson. This is Marischal's 8th All-Star game, tying a record for a pitcher held by Jim Bunning and Don Drysdale. He's had a great record in All-Star competition, too. That'll be a foul ball into the seats. He has won 2 All-Star games, lost none. In 16 innings, he's allowed only 1 earned run and only 7 hits. You're looking at a real craftsman. Big leg kick, different speeds on his pitches, pinpoint control. 2-1. Watching this fella pitch, Tony, I don't know any major league pitcher who has more craftsmanship on the mound than he does.
Great ability to change speeds on all his pitches. Screwball, slider, curveball. Has a good fastball and can throw you by it, too.
See, he was in overhand, 3/4. Now he drops sidearm. 3-1, though. He's behind Brooks Robinson. Mike Cuellar, left-hander, starting to warm up in the American League bullpen. Fly ball to Willie Davis, backing up. Plenty of room. 1 down. Mike Cuellar starting to loosen up. Bill Freehan has flied to left.
We have not as yet got the position in the batting order that Davis, Clemente, Marischal, and Lee May at first will be batting in for Sparky Anderson's National Leaguers.
One out, nobody on. Slow ball floating over. Strike 1 to Freehan. The American League ahead 4-3 in the last of the 4. If you just joined us, we've had 4 home runs already. Strike 2 to Freehan.
Get a chance from this center field camera shot. You'll see that Marischal does not use the middle part of the plate. 17 inches wide, but you'll see he's on that corner inch on each side of the plate, the little black line around it. He really works you over.
1-2 to Bill Freehan.
Let's watch this famous Marischal leg kick. That smooth delivery, confusing the hitter, hiding the ball, the glove, the leg coming at you, and then the arm over the top.
Ready McCurve and just missed inside. 2-2. Marischal bouncing back this year. Last year had the virus and then incurred penicillin poisoning. It wasn't until the last half of the season that he had recovered and pitched to his old form. Sidearm pitch outside, 3-2. Marischal thought he had that one on the outside corner. He's won 10 and lost 5 this season with an earned run average of 2.75.
It's quite a surprise when you're up there hitting. You're looking for the ball to come over the top, trying to pick it up as quickly as possible. It doesn't come over the top. It comes from the side, and you don't pick it up for the first few feet.
Pop foul that Lee May is going for. 2 down. Lou Aparicio. Who has the lowest batting average in the All-Star game, 206. He started to hit better lately. He's a senior player for the American League at the age of 37. Jim Palmer will be on deck. 2 down, nobody on. Strike to Aparicio.
Heard a couple of weeks ago up in Boston, I know we talked to Louis Aparicio, and he felt that, where's Palmer on deck? It's not he that deserves this position, but Belanger from Baltimore.
2 strikes.
Belanger finished, I think, 4th or 5th in the balloting. Cardenas was ahead of him, who was having a good year over at Minnesota.
2 down, nobody on. 2 strikes to Aparicio. Again, Marischal thought he had to pitch in. 1-2. 2-2. Notice how he works from one end of the rubber. Then he'll move around. Right now he's working from the first base side of the rubber. Three and two, and Marichal, as I know to himself, Tony, questioned 4 or 5 of those pitches.
Well, I imagine it's not only difficult, I know it's difficult for a hitter to pick up Marichal's pitches, but the same holds true for that umpire. He's got to make the same quick decision as that hitter with the bat.
Off the pitcher's glove, he'll have plenty of time, though. Throws Aparicio out. And the American League's retired in the 4th. They had 3 up, 3 down. At the end of 4 innings, it's the American League 4 and the National League 3.
Playing football at Sagamore Hill meant playing with the president, Theodore Roosevelt. And that meant trying your hardest and getting all dirty and not being yelled at. To help preserve Sagamore Hill, we're painting it with Sears' Best exterior latex. Because the house is right on Long Island Sound, it's important that Sears' Best is climate formulated. We've tried to make a paint as tough as Teddy Roosevelt himself. Sears' Best exterior latex for great American homes like yours.
Look at these hands. They're full of the same sludge that the wrong oil can build up in your engine. What's the right oil? The one that'll keep your engine running clean? This one. Trop Arctic from Phillips 66. To prove it, I'm going to clean that engine sludge from my hands with Trop Arctic and nothing else. And look, it works. Now, we don't recommend it for cleaning hands, but imagine what it does for your engine. Phillips Trop Arctic. At Phillips 66, it's performance that counts.
Now, a word on behalf of Major League Baseball. The best entertainment in the country is still baseball. With the cost of virtually everything continuing to spiral upwards, baseball has done a great job of holding down the price of its tickets. In both the majors and the minors, the tickets are reasonably priced, and the show's the best in town. Where else can you so economically take your entire family for an evening of hot dogs, peanuts, pop, and just plain fun? We just got the changes. Clementi's going to hit number 1 in the National League lineup. Lee May 2nd. Willie Davis will bat 9th. Foul back, and Marichal will hit 5th. Len Beckert flied to center his first time. Jim Palmer working on his 2nd inning. Vida Blue pitched the first 3 innings. Gave up 3 runs, 2 hits, both homers. Rod Carew going for that ball. In time, Cash out of the dirt. 1 away.
The American League starting lineup is playing without 3 of those voted in by you fans. Boog Powell at first base with an injured wrist, a bone fracture. Oliva with a bad knee, and Fosse, the catcher, being replaced by Bill Freehand. Sam McDowell, also appointed to the pitching staff by Weaver, was replaced on the staff by Wilbur Wood of the White Sox. McDowell having some arm trouble.
Switch hitting Bud Harrelson flying to right his first time. We're in the top of the 5th inning. National League has 1 down, nobody on. 1-0 to Harrelson. The American League's ahead 4-3. And home plate umpire Hugh Montz getting the National League players back in the dugout.
Can't win when you're an umpire. Frank says get them off the top step. In case the ball should come through there, they don't impede the progress or interfere with somebody coming over. And Sparky said, hey, we don't have any room. This is a big squad. Where am I going to put them? They want to watch the game, too.
One ball, no strikes to Harrelson. 2-0 to him. Willie Davis on deck, batting number 9.
Buddy Harrelson has bluffed bunts twice, and he still can't believe that Brooks Robinson can stay that deep, but that's Robbie's style. Willie Davis on deck.
Fouled away, 2-1.
Brooks has the ability to play a relatively deep third base position because he has so much confidence in his ability to charge the ball, get rid of the ball, and get that runner at first base. Even a fast runner like Willie Davis or Buddy Harrelson up at the plate.
Another foul down the left field line. 2-2 to Harrelson. I don't know what there is about Brooks Robinson. Every time he plays in a World Series or All-Star game, he always has tremendous game or games.
Earl Weaver, when we were sitting on the bench together as Brooks walked by, said, "Hey, Brooks, come on now, let's get up for this game. You never make the big play in the big game. When we need it, you never make it." Kind of kidding Brooks, and Brooks just smiled, and he's already made one great play.
2-2 to Bud Harrelson. One hopper to Aparicio. He makes it 2 down. Aparicio to Cash. And Willie Davis of the Dodgers coming up. This will be his first time at bat. He's second in his league in batting with a .350 average. He leads the National League in base hits, 126, in doubles and in triples. And this is his first All-Star game. They're almost putting a shift on for him. He changed his batting style, quit going for the long ball 2 seasons ago, and now has become one of the most productive hitters in the game. Has blazing speed going to first. Ball 1.
Got to wonder if he isn't going to change his batting style back to his old way, trying to pull the ball and hit the ball hard with that wind blowing out to right field. And so the way some of those balls have jumped out of here tonight.
Line shot to right center. Mercer takes it on a hop. Willie Davis is on. We go to the top of the National League batting order. Roberto Clemente, who replaced Willie Mays in that spot, will be up for his first time. Clemente has been the hottest batter in the majors the last 3 weeks. He's hitting .461 in his last 20 games. He always looks like he got up out of bed on the wrong side or he had a bad mattress. Always has a crick in his neck and seems to be uncomfortable till he swings that bat. His seasonal average, .342. He's won 4 National League batting titles, and he's shooting for another this year. In Pittsburgh, they call him the Great One.
And Roberto can also take advantage of that right field short porch and the wind blowing out. He hits the right field very well.
Davis just getting back. American League ahead, 4-3. 2 down for the National. Strike. Ferguson Jenkins now starting to warm up in the National League bullpen. A right-hander, Jenkins. Number 31. And Sanguillen guarding him in case of a line drive. Palmer has a good quick throw over to first for a right-hander. Runner going. Foul ball back. National League playing hit and run.
You see the length of the strides on Willie Davis as he was going into second base. Well, they're about 20 feet long. He doesn't accelerate quite as quickly as a Buddy Harrelson or a Maury Wills, Lou Brock. Once he gets underway, he's got to be the fastest person playing the game of baseball. Although the people in Atlanta will give you an argument and say, no, it's not Willie Davis, it's Ralph Garr.
2-strike pitch. 1-2 to Clemente. Lee May on deck. Will be hitting number 2 now for the National League. Strike 3 and a slow curve. Davis left the dash, and Clemente's hot looking. No runs for the National League. 1 hit, there were no errors, 1 left. We've gone halfway, 4.5 innings. It's the American League 4, the National League 3.
The wet hand is dead. The wet hand is dead.
Now you don't have to use oil, creams, or even water on your hair. Long live the dry look. Introducing the Dry Look from Gillette. The dry way to control hair. Keeps it neat but dry. Keeps it looking clean, full, and natural but dry. The wet head is dead.
Long live the dry look from Gillette.
Raise your right hand, repeat after me. I, Rico Carty, have switched to Gillette Platinum Plus blades.
I'll switch to Gillette Platinum Plus blades.
The blades with platinum smooth edges for smoother shaves.
It's the platinum that does it, huh?
Just repeat the words, Rico, okay?
Okay.
Gillette Platinum Plus. Double edge or injector. Both with platinum smooth edges for smoother shaves.
Now say save 20 cents on this package of Gillette Platinum Plus 15s. Offer good while supply lasts.
Save 20 cents? That's a good deal.
Big summer sports schedule on NBC. We'll have Monday Night Baseball, July 26th, August 16th, September 6th, the National Four-Ball Team Golf Championship, Saturday and Sunday, July 31st and August 1st. The World Series of Golf, Saturday and Sunday, September 11th and 12th. And preseason football, August 13th, 49ers in Miami, August 20th, Cleveland and Dallas, September 4th, the Cardinals and Kansas City Chiefs. All on NBC television. Massive Frank Howard hitting for Jim Palmer. Mike Cuellar will pitch for the American League in the 6th inning. Juan Marichal gets a strike to him. Howard for the Senators batting .294. 16 homers, 43 runs batted in. Strike 2. I asked Ted Williams once who hit the longest home runs he's ever seen, and he said Frank Howard. And he's gone from the era of Jimmy Fox right down to the present. Ball one. Ted would have loved to have seen that shot by Reggie Jackson up there in the light towers tonight. Howard has led the American League in home runs twice in the last 3 years. Two and two. This is a fellow that has 6 or 8 eggs for breakfast, a couple of steaks.
That's a starter, huh?
Just to warm up. 2 and 2 count. Bounding ball to second base. One away.
Well, Kurt, we've mentioned that over the right field fence, there have been 13 balls hit, but an even harder and more difficult task hitting them out of the ballpark in left field. Only 2 players have done that. Killebrew is one, and Frank Howard, who just grounded out, was the other.
We're at the top of the American League batting order now, and Rod Carew, who's grounded out and walked. He scored a run tonight. Bobby Mercer on deck. Ball one. The American League manager, Earl Weaver, said, I don't think we have as much power in there tonight, but I like fellas like Carew and Mercer, Yastrzemski, who can peck away and get on. Foul out of play.
Carew with good speed, a good bunter. Recall a couple of years ago, stole home quite a few times in one season under the influence of Billy Martin, then who was the manager of the Twins. Joe Torre, the third baseman for the National League, playing way in looking for the bunt.
Strike to him, 2 and 2. Speaking of Torrey, quite a testimony to him to start the All-Star game now as 2 different positions. 4 times as a catcher, and tonight as a third baseman. Ball 3, and he's played first base, too, with the Braves and with the Cardinals. 3 and 2. Four to 3, the American League ahead. Last of the 5th inning. Marichal walks him. Marichal doesn't give up many walks. One of the great control pitchers in the game. Bobby Mercer has singled to center and popped to third.
Let's watch Torre again in his get-ready position. And look how low he gets down. That may be a Clete Boyer influence that Torre has picked up to help him get a better jump on the ball, get more spring, get that first good quick step.
One out. Carew at first, 4 to 3. American League leading, last of the 5th inning. Last time Carew was at first, Mercer at the bat. They sent Carew and had Mercer swinging. Let's see if they start him here in this series. Burning fastball for a strike.
Marichal with a little bit of a slow delivery to home plate with that high leg kick, but he has a good quick move to first, and some say it's almost a balk. He moves that front knee and almost leans toward home plate and then changes and go to first.
Off-speed pitch, took just a little off and had Mercer off his timing. 2 strikes to Bobby Mercer.
What motion he had on that one. Looked like the fastball for sure.
Here's a 2-strike pitch coming up to Mercer. Struck him out. First time Bobby Mercer's ever faced Marichal. 2 down. The Giants are trying to hold their lead in the National League West. And this man on the mound right now will be a key for them. See if they can hold on for their divisional title against the challenging Dodgers. Carl Yastrzemski is grounded out and popped up. Giants are 6 games ahead of the Dodgers. They, at one stage, led them by 11 or 12. Inside Yastrzemski for a ball. The American League is warming up Cookie Rojas and Al Kaline in their bullpen. 1-1.
Marichal's really got the screwball going now. He threw 2 good ones to Mercer. Now a good one to Yastrzemski to hit that pitch. They're going to have to try to go to the opposite field. There's Rojas throwing in the American League.
2 down. Carew at first. 1-1 to Yastrzemski. American League out in front, 4-3 in the last of the 5th inning. All the runs coming from homers.
Marichal used to pitching with the wind blowing out to right field from Candlestick Park.
2-1. He has some kind of motions, doesn't he?
Changes speeds. He'll throw a quick screwball. He'll throw a little slower one. Then you think you just about got it, and he really changes up, and it drops off the table.
2 balls and a strike. Foul back, 2-2.
Ferguson Jenkins warming up for the National League.
Next Saturday we'll be in Atlanta. Our game of the week, the Braves and the Dodgers. 2 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. Remember, every Saturday we're on NBC television with a game of the week, the top Major League game of that week. Usually it's Saturdays at 2 o'clock Eastern Time.
Get a chance to see that Dodger ball club. They had a hot streak, looked like they were going to catch those Giants, and then they went to Chicago. Cubs beat them 4 straight. Giants increased their lead.
The count to Yastrzemski is 2-2. Carew at first, 2 down. Ground ball to Beckert. Over to May, and that's all for the American League in the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. We've gone 5 innings in Detroit, and the scores, the American League 4 and the National League 3.
Got a bunch of change.
The American breakfast, no mistake, starts with sugar, milk, and Kellogg's Corn Flakes.
The breakfast of great Americans like Babe Ruth, the Bambino, the greatest slugger the game has ever known. Babe Ruth, a great American who started out many a morning on the American breakfast. Who knows what great American is eating the American breakfast now?
If there's a gun in your house and you're worried about accidents, let me tell you about a new kind of lock for it.
It's called the Master Gun Lock. It's a real lock. It covers the trigger so the gun can't shoot. And it'll fit almost any gun. Don't take a chance on an accident. Get a master gun lock and get some peace of mind.
We pause now for station identification.
With the aid of a computer, the men of Atom 12 strike to halt a crime wave Thursday night.
All right, we've got some changes now for the American League. Al Kaline goes to right field, replacing Frank Robinson. Mike Cuellar is the new pitcher. Amos Otis is in center field, replacing Bobby Mercer. Cookie Rojas has gone to second base in place of Rod Carew. And Harmon Killebrew at first base. Take Norm Cash out. Lee May up for his first time. Slow curve delivered by Mike Cuellar. .34-year-old left-hander. 1 ball, 1 strike. Who's blossomed in one of the best the last 3 years, all in an Oriole uniform. He won 23 games 2 years ago, foul ball back. 24 games last year. And this year, he has won 13 and lost 1. He has an 11-game winning streak since his only loss of the year on May 9th to Oakland. 2-2. His big pitch is a screwball that breaks away from a right-hander. The sneaky fastball, the curve, and he also pitches with a lot of cunning. Slow one, wrap foul.
Cuellar at times will pitch a ball game and throw almost 75% screwballs, but it's not always the same kind of screwball. Like Marichal, he'll throw a fast one, change up on it, one that goes down, one that just breaks away from that right-handed hitter. He varies them.
May nearly jumped out of the batter's box at that one. 3-2. May had a bad knee at the start of the season, was off to a struggling start. Now he has 23 homers. Time call. Somebody has a light on in the stands.
Light shining in Brooks Robinson's eyes at third base, and you don't want that to happen with a hitter like May rifling him down at you.
Cuellar walks Lee May in the 6th inning. The batter now, Joe Torre, who's popped up and struck out. Four to 3 in favor of the American League. The National League batting here in the top of the 6th inning.
Frank Humont went over to Sparky Anderson. Anderson called him over to find out where in the lineup the replacements in the American League, where they're going to be hitting.
Cuellar pitching to Joe Torre. To Brooks Robinson. There's 1. Rojas pivot 2. Taylor made all the way.
Good quick pivot by Cookie Rojas with Lee May bearing down on him. That Brooksy really got rid of the ball again, didn't he? Here's Brooks again. Get ready stance. Right at him. Knows he's got the time. Watch this quick move by Rojas. Lee May got down there pretty well.
Rojas is having a fantastic year for those Kansas City Royals. Stargell, the strike one to him, has been hit by a pitch ball and struck out. Cuellar is one of a small group who's played for both leagues in the All-Star game. And now the National League sends Nate Colbert out on deck. He swung at it. Strike 2. Colbert will bat for Marichal if he gets a chance.
Stargell was really going to get out in front of that one, really try and pull it, and Cuellar threw him the extra slow one.
They have the shift on, you'll note, against Stargell. 2-strike pitch to him. Cuellar fed him a changeup. 1-2. Cuellar's teammates call him Crazy Horse. Native of Cuba, he looks like an Indian chief. That's where they get the name. A 1-2 delivery. Now he buzzes the fast one into him. He hasn't thrown the same pitch at the same speed since he's been in here. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
After you've seen a collection of all the slow stuff, that fastball can look even faster than one thrown by, say, a Vida Blue.
Got him on the slow ball. Crafty pitching by Mike Cuellar in the 6th inning. And at the end of 5.5 innings, it's the American League 4 and the National League 3.
Hi, I'm Don Drysdale. You know, the World Series and the All-Star Game have always been 2 of the most exciting parts of baseball for me. And this year, well, they can be pretty exciting for you, too. Chrysler Plymouth is having a special drawing. While you're watching the All-Star Game, pick a player who you think comes through with the most outstanding play. A panel of sportscasters will be doing the same thing for Chrysler Plymouth. And if your choice matches theirs, you can qualify to win 1 of 10 all-expense-paid trips for 2 to the first 2 games of the 1971 World Series, or 1 of 2,000 other prizes. So get your entry form and free All-Star booklet at any participating Chrysler Plymouth dealer. Well, that's the pitch.
Contest open to licensed drivers 18 or over. 1 prize per family. All prizes will be awarded. Closing date, midnight, July 17th.
Let's quickly go down to Lindsay.
Charlie Gehringer played in the first All-Star Game, 1933. Doesn't seem that long ago, does it, Charlie?
No, not really.
What do you remember most about that All-Star Game?
Well, the powerful lineup we had mostly because we had the terrific hitters. In fact, they were so good that the National League All-Stars came out to watch us take batting practice.
That was the days of Ruth and Garrett and people like that.
And Fox and Averill and dozens of others.
And Greenberg and Garrett. Charlie, it's so good to see you again. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Nice to see you.
Charlie Gehringer. Now let's go back upstairs.
And just as Gehringer was a longtime favorite here in Detroit, the man moving into the batter's box has been in recent years Al Kaline, who's never played a day of minor league baseball. Came right out of the high school playing fields of Baltimore to join the Tigers and has been here ever since. He's facing Ferguson Jenkins, and Kaline on the first pitch has a base hit to center. And of course the hometown Tiger fans love it. Don Kessinger has gone to shortstop. Harmon Killebrew now will be hitting in Norm Cash's spot. And then Brooks Robinson on deck. The killer. Jenkins has won 13 and lost 8 for the Cubs. A ball to Killebrew. He's the only National Leaguer who's won 20 games in each of the last 4 years. 20, 20, 21, and 22. Foul ball. He'll probably win at least 20 again this year. We have warm-up action in the National League bullpen. Don Wilson of Houston, who replaced the injured Larry Dierker, now warming up. The American League ahead 4-3 in the last of the 6th inning. Al Kaline at first. 1 ball, 1 strike to Harmon Killebrew. 1-2.
Jenkins can be murder, as you just saw in that last pitch, on the right-handed hitters. He comes from the side with that sweeping curve, throws that crossfire fastball to catch the outside part of the plate. He's got good control. Kessinger at short, playing well over in the hole for Killebrew, expecting him to pull the ball. So is the outfield.
2-2. Killebrew's average 257 with the Twins. 11 homers, Way below his usual pace this time of year. But 60 runs batted in. He's leading the American League in RBI. 2 more homers, and he'll have 500 lifetime homers. 3-2. You can't wander far off that bag against Johnny Bench. He makes those quick snap throws.
Killebrew looking down at Billy Hunter, the third base coach, looking to see if he's going to have K-line moving.
There it goes. There's a long belt to deep left. That one's up. It is gone. A home run for Killebrew.
Killebrew really lifted that one, Kurt. A low sinker ball on the 3-2 pitch. Let's see him go down after this pitch. See Bench going down and inside. Ball down around the knees, inside corner. Killebrew didn't hit it as hard as a lot I've seen him hit. Amos Otis congratulating him, as was K-Line right behind him.
Oh, it's now 6-3 in favor of the American League. They've had 3 homers. The National League's had 2. Ball 1. They've had 9 runs in the game. They've all resulted from homers tonight. That's the first homer hit to left field. That was against the wind. 2-0 to Brooks Robinson. Killebrew's third All-Star Game home run. Brooks is grounded out and flied out. He's 0 for 2. A strike, 2-1 to him.
Kurt, we're getting a chance to see why the hitters love to come here. I know your old pal Ted Williams loved this ballpark. Mickey Mantle did. Roger Maris. Good park to hit in.
2-1 pitch. Line shot to center. It's a base hit in front of Willie Davis. 3 hits in a row for the American League. And Bill Freehand's a batter. That's 7 hits now for the American League. And 3 hits for the National League. And 2 of their 3 hits have been home runs. Sparky Anderson just sent Ron Santo down to the National League bullpen to see if Don Wilson is ready.
It's an expensive messenger boy, wasn't it?
Okay.
There's Wilson.
Low and inside to Freehand. Ball 1. Freehand has flied to left and fouled to first. National League favorite tonight. Conceded to have the most power, but the American League's out-muscled them so far. 2-0. Brooks Robinson at first base. Fastball good for a strike. Looking down in the National League dugout, I see Willie Mays. He's through for the night. He played the first 3 innings. But he's intently watching the game down there in the top step of the dugout. There he is, pounding the ball on his leg. A high fly ball. He uppercut it too much. Willie Davis backpedaling, drifting with the wind, and puts it away. Back to first base goes Brooks Robinson. 1 out. Now it's Aparicio up. Amos Otis will be hitting in the number 9 spot. Little Louie is singled and bounced to the pitcher. 1 out, Brooks Robinson on first. Strike to him. 6-3, the American League ahead in the last of the 6th inning.
Kurt, looking at Willie Mays down there, someday we may see him standing in that same position, managing an all-star team.
Could be. The low curve, 0-2. Ferguson Jenkins, Canadian-born. Ball hit to second. A Cub double play combination goes to work. Becker to Kessinger to May. And that's all for the American League in the sixth. They had 2 runs, 3 hits. There were no errors, nobody left. At the end of sixth, the American League 6, the National League 3.
Biggs, this noisy muffler's going to ruin my wedding. It must be fixed immediately.
My mechanic saw it today. Come back tomorrow.
I can have the right parts by next Tuesday?
Yeah, but it'll take about 30 minutes.
Oh, bless you.
At Midas, we won't waste your time. With most cars, we'll have the muffler you need, and we'll take only 30 minutes to install it.
We install mufflers for a living. We have to do a better job.
When Paul Revere made his midnight ride on April 18, 1775, John Hancock and Samuel Adams were hiding in this house in Lexington, Massachusetts. Today we're painting it with Sears Best exterior latex because it's climate formulated to last a long time. We'd like to see the house standing a long time. It hasn't done bad for a start. Sears Best exterior latex for great American homes like yours.
We're going to the 7th inning. This is Kurt Gowdy, Tony Kubek, and Lindsey Nelson from Tiger Stadium in Detroit for NBC Sports. Don Kessinger will be hitting now in the number 5 spot. He's a switch hitter of the Chicago Cubs. He'll be followed by Johnny Bench and then Glenn Beckert. Kessinger with a seasonal .288 average. Mike Cuellar working on his 2nd inning. Vida Blue of Oakland pitched the first 3 innings, gave up 2 hits, but both were home runs. He struck out 3 in the 3 innings, foul back. Jim Palmer pitched 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs. Cuellar faced 3 men in the 6th, and here he is working in the 7th. Remember, the American League has lost 8 in a row to the National League. And last year they had a 3-run lead going to the last of the 9th inning and blew it. Foul back. Strike 2. The All-Star game started in 1933 in Chicago. In the early years, the powerful American League dominated it. And now in recent years, the National League has been the dominant team. They have changed now in that National League bullpen to Tom Seaver. Spare infielder Felix Meehan is warming up. Fly ball, right field, Al Kaline there. This fellow's played his right field here better than anyone in Tiger history. He makes the play in the corner on the slice hit by a right-hander, holding the batter to a single. Normally a double against most right fielders. Johnny Bench crashed a home run in the upper deck in right center, and then hit a hot shot to third that was by Brooks Robinson. And with those card-shark hands of his, he snaked it and fired over to first to get him. He's trying to bunt now on Brooks down at third. He couldn't get the ball by him in a World Series, so he's going to get it in front of him.
That's not too unusual for Bench. You expect him to hit for power, but he's beaten out some bunts this year and last year, too. Saw Brooks, who plays a deep third base, tried to lay it down on him.
He got that one by him.
Just
Bench's
barely.
second hit.
He's hit the ball hard every time up.
That puts Bench at first, 1 out, and Glenn Beckert of the Cubs coming up. We pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC Television Network. Six to 3, American League leading on our NBC scoreboard. Nate Colbert has come out on deck for the National League. Glenn Beckert, the batter. Where feathers one in for a strike. Tiger left-hander Mickey Lolich starting to warm up in the American League bullpen.
Beckert, a good right field hitter, and Rojas is giving him a lot of room between first and second.
He pops it up. Brooks Robinson gives way to Aparicio. The American League shortstop has it 2 down. And here's power-hitting Nate Colbert batting now. Hitting .277. There's Lolich, a 14-game winner for the Tigers. Colbert has 19 homers, 51 runs batted in. He had 38 homers last year. Sort of unrecognized around the country as one of the best power hitters in the game. Pinch hitter Colbert takes a strike.
Get a chance. Let's take a look at his hands and the position of that bat. He's got the bat actually resting on his shoulder in a parallel position to the ground. Very unusual.
One strike to him. That slow curve in again. Strike two. Willie Davis on deck. 2 down for the National League. Johnny Bench at first. Oh, there's some great pitching. 2 slow ones and got the fastball by him. He had Colbert completely off balance at the plate. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. And now the 7th inning stretch in Detroit with a score. The American League 6, the National League 3.
You better hurry, Nancy. I'm pitching today.
Okay.
But what are you doing?
We need gas. $1 worth, please. Now for some quick starting gasoline.
What?
And then some detergent gasoline.
Nancy, you don't have to make 3 stops. Pull in here. These are Phillips 3 for the money performance gasolines. They give you quick starts, good mileage, and cleansing action. 3 for the money.
Oh, Tom, you take all the fun out of shopping.
The Performance Star.
If you could put a plastic shield on your face, you'd have protection from nicks and cuts, but you wouldn't get much of a shave. However, now you can get a smooth, comfortable shave and have protection from nicks with this kind of shield, Gillette Foamy. Not plastic, but creamy, rich lather that actually acts as a safety shield with lubricating agents that help glide your blade. So you shave close, but you can shave painless. Yes, this is can protection from the #1 brand.
Next Saturday, Tony and I will be in Atlanta, Georgia for NBC's Major League Game of the Week. Maury Wills, Richie Allen, Willie Davis, Wes Parker, some of the stars with the Dodgers, Hank Aaron, Orlando Cepeda, Ralph Garr, Felix Mion with the Braves. The Dodgers and the Braves at 2 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time right here on NBC. And every Saturday throughout the season, we have 3 more Monday night games for you, too, followed by the playoffs in the American National League, and all capped off in October by the World Series on NBC. Amos Otis now batting in the #9 spot. It's a fly ball to left field. Willie Stargell will be camped under. 1 down. Don Wilson is the new pitcher for the National League. Larry Dierker had been announced by manager Sparky Anderson to represent the Astros. Dierker's shoulder tightened up, so Don Wilson replaced him. Now Cookie Rojas is up for the first time, replacing Rod Carew. Rojas gets a foul ball down the left field line. What a job he and Otis have done for the vastly improved Kansas City Royals this year. Rojas having his greatest season is batting .315, 6 homers, 39 RBIs. Hits a fly ball, shallow right. Clemente coming on. He makes basket catches like Mays. 2 down. Don Buford is now coming out. Don Buford. Switch hitter. He has more power left than he does right. 2 down. Nobody on, last of the 7th. The American League leading 6-3. Ball 1 to Buford. Former football star at the University of Southern California. 2 balls, no strikes. Buford has 13 homers so far with the Orioles. Surprise you for a little fella. Look at that swing. 2-1 to him.
Tremendous eye. He gets on base, gets the bases on balls. Has learned to play the left field, too.
He's in the top 5 batters of the American League, hitting .314. 2-2. Four pitchers in Major League history have hit home runs in games in which they pitched a no-hitter. And 2 of them are here tonight. You're looking at one right now, Don Wilson. Rick Wise is the other in the National League bullpen. That's all for Buford. He's tagged out by Johnny Bench. Well, the American League's down 1-2-3 in the 7th. At the end of 7, it's still the American League 6, the National League 3.
When you fish for tuna, you watch, you wait, and you make ready. Then you spot them. Tuna! And you better get them while they're running, because you get no second chance. All the gusto in the world's out there. And now's the time to get it. You only get one crack at life, so you look for all the gusto you can. The life you live, the work you do, even in the beer you drink. When you're out of Schlitz, you're out of beer.
We pause now for station identification.
Vic Damone, Carol Lawrence, and Gail Martin share the spotlight Thursday night at 10, 9 Central Time.
Mickey Lolich, the Tiger World Series hero over the Cardinals in '68, enjoying his best year this year with 14 wins and 6 losses, an earned run average of 2.96. And so the National League switches now to right-handed batter Bobby Bonds in place of Willie Davis. Talented young giant outfielder has 20 homers and hitting .312. A strike to him. He's knocked in 57 runs. Clemente on deck at the top of the order, and then Lee May. Bonds has great speed. He strikes out a lot, but he still hits for a good average. 1-1 to him. Lolich was another one that had Earl Weaver in his doghouse. Lolich said, I got mad at the fella when he said I was fat. Lolich has trimmed down this year. He's had a little bit of stomach on him a couple of years ago, like Sonny Jurgensen. Strike 2, 1 and 2. Earl Weaver said, I'd never said he was fat because I'm fat myself. I'd never say that about anybody. Lolich is second in the American League in strikeouts to Vida Blue. He's a strikeout pitcher. A 1-2 pitch to Bobby Bonds. Curved him, got him. 1 down. Now the American League has gradually sifted its defensive lineup on the field. They have Yastrzemski, the top left fielder in the league defensively in left. Amos Otis, a good center fielder. Kaline in right. They have Robinson at third. Aparicio at short. Rojas at second. Killebrew isn't the top defensive first baseman in the American League. Defensively, George Scott is, but he's not here tonight. Killebrew's at first, and Thurman Munson has gone behind the plate. So with a 3-run lead now, they're going to try and hold it with Lolich and their best defensive player. 1 out, nobody on. Clemente struck out his first time. He placed inside to him for a ball. Hank Aaron in the 4th inning.
Lolich has surprised a couple of these National League hitters. He surprised Bonds on the called 3rd strike with that good sharp breaking curve, and he looked like he just surprised Roberto Clemente with a pretty hard fastball.
1 ball, no strikes. At the knees, 1-1. He won the 3 games for the Tigers when they beat the Cardinals, and he beat Bob Gibson in that dramatic 7th game at St. Louis. Pitching on 2 days' rest. The 1-1 pitch. Let up high. Ball 2, 2-1.
Clemente looked like he turned to Frank Umont, the plate umpire, and saying, yeah, let him get that one down in the strike zone. It looked like he was fooled much on the changeup.
On deck is Lee May. Same pitch and high, ball 3. Clemente said, why wasn't that in the strike zone? I'd like to have that one. 1 out, nobody on. Clemente had 10 hits in a doubleheader last August against the Dodgers. A lot of hits in one day. 3-1 to him. It's a high fly into deep right center. Amos Otis way back. That one's going, and it is gone. Almost in the same spot as Johnny Bench's in the upper deck in right center. I've never seen so many long drives to the opposite field by right-handed batters that we've had in this game. That's another tremendous shot for a right-hander. 450, 460.
Here's that Clemente swing once again. Look at that bat stay back. Cock. Now a trademark. Hitting off the front foot. Look at that right foot, the rear foot, a foot off the ground, something that is not advisable as a hitter. But don't tell that to Clemente or Hank Aaron.
Lee May, a ball to him. 6 home runs tonight, ladies and gentlemen. This All-Star game ties an All-Star game record. 3 by each team. Bench, Aaron, and Clemente for the National League. To the box. Lolich, the first, 2 down. Ron Santo now is coming out to bat for Joe Torre. Santo of the Cubs, another strong right-handed batter. And all 3 National League homers were hit to the opposite field in the upper deck, with Bench and Clemente hitting him in right center well up in the upper deck. Frank Robinson homered to right for the American League. To right.
Jim Perry and Wilbur Wood warming up. Just saw them.
One ball, no strikes. One and one. If you joined us late, the longest home run tonight has been by Reggie Jackson. Hit the light transformer up on the roof in right field, right center. Santo has 15 homers this year. A ball to him. Batting .288. Two and two. American League leading 6-4 in the top of the 8th. 2 down for the National League, nobody on. Willie Stargell up next as Santo does something. A chopper to the box. The National League is retired in the 8th. 1 run, 1 hit, Clemente's homer. No errors, nobody left. We're going to the last of the 8th inning with the American League leading 6-4.
You know, Louise, you would have looked great in a bikini a couple of years ago. But not that you'd look bad now.
Time to get back into things? Eat smart at every meal, starting with breakfast. Kellogg's Special K breakfast is less than 240 calories, 99% fat-free, loaded with protein, and delicious. Let the Special K breakfast help you get back into things.
Hiya, beautiful. Where have you been all my life?
Happily married.
This is the car that was chosen U.S. Car of the Year by Road Test magazine. It's the 1971 Plymouth Satellite, a totally new automotive design, built and engineered with extra care. Plymouth Satellite, the U.S. Car of the Year, the buy of the year. That's Chrysler Plymouth coming through.
Arnold Palmer and Jack Nicklaus will be defending their title against such team of golfers as Lee Trevino and Howie Johnson, Bruce Crampton and Orville Moody, Gene Littler and Ken Still, George Archer and Bobby Nichols, Gardner Dickinson and Sam Snead. See the final 2 rounds on Saturday, July 31st from 5 to 6 Eastern Daylight Time, and on Sunday from 4:30 to 6 from the Laurel Valley Golf Club on NBC. National Team Championship Golf. All right, we've got some more changes now. Pete Rose has gone to right field for the National League. That's Earl Weaver out checking the batting order. Bobby Bonds goes to center field. Felix Meehan to second base. And Ron Santo to third. 4 more changes for the National League. They've really shuffled their lineup tonight. Carl Yastrzemski leading off for the American League in the last of the 8th. He's gone hitless in 3 times. Facing Don Wilson, working on his second inning. He breezed through the 7th. Ball 1. Andy Messersmith and Sonny Siebert, 2 right-handers, are getting ready for the American League and the 9th inning in case they're needed. 2-0 to Yastrzemski. There they are, Siebert and Messersmith. Three and nothing to Yastrzemski. Rick Wise of the Phillies loosening up in the National League bullpen. 3-1 to him.
Wilson looks quick too, Kurt. Got a good fastball. Wise warming up for the National League.
He's throwing as hard as anyone tonight. Foul back of us, 3-2 to Yastrzemski. Ball 4, Yastrzemski's on. Al Kaline went up once, had a hit. He gets a fine ovation from the hometown Tiger fans. Youngest player to ever win an American League batting title. 2 months younger than Ty Cobb was when he won his first one. The strike to him.
Carl Yastrzemski down on first base is a base-stealing threat. Stealing more and more these past couple of years.
Right by him, 2 strikes. 6-4. The American League ahead, last of the 8th inning. One and 2. Count goes 2-2 to Kaline. Armin Killebrew due up behind him. Blazing fastball by Wilson. First strikeout for him. Killebrew had a 2-run homer to left in the 6th inning. And right now is the margin in this game. When you look up here in left field, ball 1, and see that roof up there where Killebrew hit the ball over. He and Howard are the only 2 who've ever done it. It's an amazing feat. 1-1. And also, you remember the batters like Jimmy Fox and Hank Greenberg couldn't do it. A lot of big right-handers. But this man is one of the two in the history of this ballpark to do it. 2-1.
Kurt, they talk about the longest home run ever, and I guess that'll be a constant debate, but they say Babe Ruth hit one in this park that traveled, and it was measured 625 feet.
Boy. 2-1 pitch. Down to third baseman Sano. For one, over to first. They've got the double play. Sano, Demian, DeMay. And now we're going to the top of the ninth inning and the last chance for the National League. There were no runs, no hits, nobody left. At the end of 8, it's the American 6, the National League 4.
The Baja. Scene of one of the toughest races in the world. The Mexican 1000. 832 miles of rocks, ruts, and cactus. 832 miles of jolting, twisting arroyos and barrancas. What kind of tire can stand this kind of punishment? Sears steel-belted radial, the passenger car tire with flexible steel belts under the tread. For fantastic strength, traction, and mileage. This year, Sears steel-belted radials set new course records and won first place in 3 classes. The same kind of steel-belted radials that have gone over 70,000 miles on a car like yours. Sears steel-belted radial, the tire that beat the Baja. Only at Sears.
Quickly down to Lindsey Nelson.
Stan Musial's a very popular man. You got a big hand, Stan.
Well, this is good baseball town, Lindsey. Always a pleasure coming here.
I tell you, things don't look too bright for the National League.
Now, there's been a lot of long ball hitting. This has always been a good hitter's park.
It has been. Did you play in the 51 game here?
Yes, I hit one out here.
Did you hit one out in the 51?
Oh, yeah. We always remember those home runs.
Why so many home runs tonight?
Well, of course, there's some good, strong boys hitting, but of course the wind's a big factor here tonight. But this is a good hitter's park, really is.
Stan, it's always a pleasure.
All right, fine. Man.
Stan Musial, Hall of Famer. Now let's go back upstairs.
The ninth inning, and Lou Brock is going to bat for Willie Stargell. He'll be followed by Don Kessinger and then Johnny Bench. Mickey Lolich now will try and hold this American League lead. They gave up a hit. That was a home run to Clemente in the 8th. Vida Blue, Jim Palmer, Mike Cuellar, and Mickey Lolich. The exact plans that Weaver announced before the game, and he's followed them with his pitching. Foul back, strike one. Brock batting .347. He is third in the league in batting. And, of course, an outstanding base runner. All the players, the managers, and the coaches in this game. Tries to bunt. Fast man. Good play by Lolich to get him.
The ball hit squarely on home plate. That's why the big high bounce. And Lolich, in spite of what Earl Weaver says, that he's a little too heavy, made a pretty agile fielding play, getting the fleet Lou Brock. Here it is again, hitting the corner of the plate. Look at Lolich breaking quickly as we see Thurman Munson coming on. Good quick throw to Killebrew covering the bag to get Lou Brock.
Kessinger flied out in his one time up. All the players each received a blue Lindy synthetic sapphire star ring for appearing here in this all-star game. White gold are beautiful. No balls, one strike.
Kurt, I think we owe the commissioner some thanks, too, for including us. It's a beautiful ring. Thank you.
That's right, presented by Commissioner Kuhn. 1 out, nobody on. A 2-run lead for the American League in the ninth inning. A fly ball into right field. K-Line calling for it, and there are 2 down now. The American League 1 out away from snapping an 8-game losing streak. Alan Roth, our old standby, has been our statistician again tonight and our stage manager. Returning to his native Detroit, Jim O'Gorman. Tom Dawson, director of TV and radio activities for the Major Leagues, and Joe Reichler, director of public relations. Charlie Feeney, president of the National League, and Joe Cronin, president of the American League. We thank them, along with Commissioner Bowie Kuhn, for their cooperation. Johnny Bench has hit the ball hard each time. A home run. A hit taken away from him by Brooks Robinson, and he singled to left. It's 1 strike to him. The National League He's going to lose this one if this pop-up is caught. Brooks Robinson up on the mound. It's all over. The American League finally wins one. 8 games in a row they'd lost. They lost 12 of their last 13. But here in Tiger Town tonight, on home run bats and good pitching, Vida Blue gave up the 3 runs in the first 3 innings, but he's the winner because the American League came up with 4 runs in the last of the third. So Vida Blue was a pitcher of record. He gets the win, and Doc Ellis is the loser. And the final score, the American League, 6 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. The National League, 4 runs, 5 hits, and no errors.